We begin the conversations here in Lagos State, where the PDP gubernatorial candidate in the 2023 general elections, Dr. Abdulaziz Adediran, popularly known as Jandor, has rejected the ruling of the Lagos State Governorship Election Petitions Tribunal. The tribunal on Monday declared as dead on arrival the petition by Adediran against Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu's re-election, adding that the evidence presented by the PDP lacked merit.
Adediran had contended that Sanwo-Olu was wrongfully nominated and sponsored by his party, the All Progressives Congress, and was not qualified for the elections. Adediran opposited that the decision of the tribunal did not reflect the position of the Constitution and the Federal Republic of Nigeria and the Electoral Act 2022 on the issues bordering on the qualification of a candidate in an election. Joining us this morning is the head of campaign and strategy, 2023 Lagos gubernatorial election, Adeniyi Adams. Good morning and thank you very much for joining us.
Good morning.
All right. First of all, I would like to get your thoughts on the ruling by the court, as well as, of course, the position, the new position. You know, the court did say that his application was dead on arrival. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, good morning, viewers. Our thoughts are very simple. We just felt that we got, we got judgment, but we didn't get justice. And that's not, for us, that's not actually the way to go. So basically, it's going to be, we are reviewing our position, but we can assure you that we're going to take it to the next level. So we are very unhappy with the judgment.
Well, I mean, the idea of taking it to the next level, you know, it also depends, I think, highly on the faith that, you know, the PDP has, and not just PDP, Nigerians have in the judiciary, because, you know, all the parties have described, even, you know, not just Lagos now, even the other, you know, court rulings as a miscarriage of justice, and, you know, other, you know, ways that they've been described. So, you know, is there any faith, you know, that going forward, you know, there's going to be any, you know, any difference in the court rulings? And, you know, will the PDP be presenting a different case going forward?
Well, thank you. Number one, you cannot present a different case. That's very impossible when you go to appeal, except there is the discovery of compelling evidence. That's when you can present something new. Yes. Basically, there are three issues that shocked us yesterday or day before yesterday. The first one was that all the things, or most of the things we took to court, to the tribunal, were adjudged by the three-man panel that they were pre-election matters. The issue of that was explicitly stated in the Electoral Act that, number one, any party, section 82, subsection 1, that says that any party that wishes to sponsor must give INEC 21 days notice. APC gave two days notice. Also, section 82, subsection 5, 4 and 84, section 13 also states that if a party fails to do that, definitely the party will be deemed not to have participated or not to have a candidate in that election. Also, section 29, subsection 1 and 2 states clearly that a party must submit the form of the candidate where you wish to sponsor a candidate for the election at least 180 days before the election. And subsection 2 states that such form must be accompanied or shall be accompanied by an oath page, which definitely will give life to this to the form. So all these things APC failed to do. Same way Labour failed to do. And we took that to court. Again, we hinted on section 177 of the Constitution, especially subsection C, which says that for you, that a party, you must be a member, for you to be governor or qualified to be governor, to contest the governorship election, you must be a member of a political party, one, and you must be sponsored by the party. So what is the definition of sponsorship? What are the steps to be taken before you can be validly sponsored? That means you must have gone through the primaries. Your party must have adhered strictly to the provision of the electoral law. But we're so sure that the tribunal has said that these are pre-election matters. Okay, that's one. The second one is about the forgery issue. Section 182, subsection 1, paragraph J, of the Constitution of the Federal Republic. It's not even the Electoral Act. This is the Constitution, 1999, as amended. States that for you to be governor, you must not have submitted a forged document to INEC. We've been able to show that Governor Sanwo-Olu submitted a forged document in 2018, a statement of results purportedly issued by Ijebu-Mushin, Ijebu-Ife Community Grammar School. And we were able to show that, no, what is submitted in 2018 with the same exam number 17624-118, and what during the course of the tribunal, the case, we subpoenaed INEC and WAEC to bring forth a certificate. They told us they don't keep spare certificates. We asked them to bring the master list. They brought the master list, but unfortunately for them, the master list, the names on the master list for the same exam number, the same exam diet, the same year, the name on the master list was slightly different from the name on the Ijebu certificate. The name on the Ijebu, sorry, I don't know why I'm saying Ijebu certificate was Sanwo-Olu Babajide. The one on the what's it called? The one on the master list WAEC brought was Sanwo-Olu Olusola Babajide. It's not possible anywhere in the world that for the same exam number, the same exam diet, the same exam year, that you're going to have different names on the certificate purportedly issued by WAEC. Now, again, we also took the issue of Gbadebo survival to court because Section 136, subsection 1 and 2 states clearly that where the person that came first is disqualified based on qualification issues, definitely this person that came second will be given the mandate. But again, that same section states that where that is provided that person, the person that came second, satisfied the conditions, that is also qualified. If the person is not qualified, then the person that came third should. So I don't know how the judges will expect us to just come to court and not bring Gbadebo and Labour to court. How do we satisfy Section 136 of Section 2, especially when we have a lot of cases that have said that you cannot suffer jeopardy in a process that you didn't partake. So if Gbadebo and Labour didn't partake in the tribunal, the process of our petition, how will they suffer jeopardy? How will they be disqualified? Because we also know that, and we have been able to show that they were actually not qualified. Gbadebo, funny enough, Gbadebo Survivor and Labour Party, they never at any point during the course of the tribunal, they never said that they should strike, that we are not supposed to bring them, we are not supposed to join them. So how that came into being in the judgment is another miracle. Then to talk about confidence in the judiciary. Well, the jury is out there. I mean, they're in the court of public opinion. I expect them to redeem this so-called image that they have. And, well, I would say there are not some judges that are good. But I think the problem with this Electoral Act 2022 is that it is novel. It has not been tested. There is no Supreme Court pronouncement on this particular issue. And we definitely, a lot of cases will be thrown out at the appeal. A lot of cases will be thrown out at the Supreme Court because of this issue. That, look, it's a new one. It was brought to bear last year, and it has not been tested. So we are definitely taking it to the next level. Thank you.
All right. Speaking about taking it to the next level, there are some who note certain concerns as regards the party and the strength of the party's influence in the state. Lagos State has largely been regarded as an APC state for the longest time. Do you have, what are your concerns as to the influence that the party wields, and do you think that this might in any way affect how things will turn out, for the party? Should, this matter get to court? There are some people who believe that the APC has some major influence even when it gets to the judiciary. Do you have such concerns?
Well, I think that onus is actually more on the judiciary to prove that they are not aligned to any party and they are not considering they are basing their judgment on the facts of the law, on fact and law, not on sentiments. If APC were that popular in Lagos State, they won't be suppressing votes. They won't be suppressing voters during the last election. They wouldn't even have lost the presidential elections in Lagos State. So I don't believe they are that popular. I don't believe in that position.
Yeah, well, I mean, but it still calls into question the popularity of the PDP. Yes, the allegations of voter suppression, the allegations of violence, and even changing results. All these are still allegations. But if you look at the numbers, the APC from INEC's results finished with 700,000 votes. Labour Party was 300,000 plus votes, and of course the PDP was down to 62,000 plus votes. So it still calls to question, how popular the PDP is. And of course, if you even looked at the process, the PDP's deputy governorship candidate, Funke Akindele, has barely even been a part of the process, since the elections took place. So I mean, do those things also bother you as to whether you really would have a stance?
Well, basically, I don't know how you define part of the process, because there's nothing out there. Maybe you're just saying that, okay, we must. Funke Akindele was meant to be going to court with us or something. And you see, we react to things differently. And don't forget that Funke Akindele joined the process, and she is also, when you have such high hopes and you feel, okay, this has happened, you react differently. So I am very sure that Funke Akindele is still part of the process. So that's one. Number two, in terms of popularity, in terms of number one, let me quickly correct an impression. It's not as if PDP is not popular. Yes, we agree that there are a bit of internal crisis, which we are managing, which we will manage. But again, we didn't take the issue of whether we won via vote or not. What we're saying is that there's a provision that says if the candidate that you have sponsored is not qualified ab initio, all votes that are cast for such candidate and the party are deemed to be wasted votes. So that's the thing. There's nothing in our petition that says that, okay, INEC did this, INEC did that. No, we're saying that, number one, PDP, what's it called, APC, and Sanwo-Olu and Amsat. Number one, APC was meant, according to section 82, subsection 1, APC was meant to submit their letter to INEC, informing INEC that they're going to have their Congress and everything. 21 days, minimum of 21 days. They submitted 2 days. We showed the evidence. The deputy governorship candidate was meant to submit is from EC9. That is the form for sponsorship. And the form EC9 shall be, that's the position, section 29, subsection 1 and subsection 2, shall be accompanied by an oath paid. It did not submit, it did not attach it. Thirdly, the party organ that is meant to sign a letter to INEC that is meant to take charge of primaries is actually the national body. It was Colonel Sojelabi, the state chairman of APC, that did that. So those are the issues for their primaries and sponsorship.
Okay.
Now,
hello,
apologies. On the forgery,
go ahead. Just go ahead.
On the forgery, you submitted one document for your statement of account, your statement of results for an exam. You submitted it in 2018, and it carries Sanwo-Olu Babajide. In 2022, you didn't even bother to submit, probably because you knew that the one you submitted in 2018 was forged. Okay, good, you didn't submit. When we got the exam number, we contacted WAEC. that we want the certificate of, or we want to confirm this, what's it called, this exam and whatever. They said no, that what they do now, they don't even write confirmation, that what they do is that we should go on their portal, we should buy a scratch card and check. We checked so many times. The result is the same. The candidate for this, this candidate does not have a result and did not partake in this exam or this exam diet for this exam year. Okay, good. We did that several times. We tested others. We checked my own. We checked Jandor's. We checked a lot of other people's own. They brought us results. Our result. Okay, we now took that to court. We also found out that, so we now supreme WAEC. WAEC sent a lawyer, a staff of their lawyer, their staff. We supreme them. Number one, bring this man's certificate, bring this man's, bring the master list. Number three, give us access to query your server, your back-end server, to show that, okay, when did you upload results and so on and so forth, to look at the track. The first thing they did, they brought the master list. They complied partially with the subpoena. They brought the master list. They said that they don't keep replica certificates. Okay, good. The master list, unfortunately,
Mr. Adams, so we don't, we're sincerely apologize, so we don't go through these things again. The court has ruled that these are pre-election matters, and of course, No, they
didn't rule that that's pre-election matters. They said that we did not show enough evidence.
Great.
That particular one was a pre-election.
Oh, sorry, apologies for that. But just also mention, because we need to go, just also mention that, it's pretty much the same thing that has played out in Enugu State, but this time in favor of the PDP, where the Labour Party is accusing the PDP's candidate of submitting a forged certificate also. But of course, that also wasn't, given any relevance in the courts. The tribunal also, tossed that one out. So, it favored the PDP in Enugu State, but it's not favoring the PDP in Lagos State. But we'll see where it leads with, the next stage of the
on the Enugu issue, if you actually follow the case, you understand that even the DSS actually came to show that. So
I remember very well.
So when you're reporting, report everything.
I remember very well. Mr. Adam, thank you very much for stopping by. Great to speak with you.
You're welcome. Thank you. Right.